Hello and welcome to our training. Today we are going to discuss about CAN testing and CAN specific functions. If you go here in the help page, you can go to the start page in the CAPL functions. Let's see some examples here. For example, on the CAN protocol, if you click here, we have some specific CAN functions. Those are related for the CAN DBC functions, event procedures which we discussed. And we have some general functions. So can configure bus off, sets the bus state to bus off, get the data, can get data length, returns the valid payload length of a can message if you need this. Output error frame, outputs an error frame to the can bus, very useful if you want to increase the bus load on your can. Get payload data, returns the valid payload of a frame that it was interrupted during transmission. Is std ID checks parameter for standard identifier and checks parameter for extended identifier. So on CAN, we have messages with extended identifiers, so those functions will be very useful. This one will convert our standard ID in an extended ID. Outputs a message or an error frame. This is very important. We use it here. We output the messages in the last example. Yes, and here we have some hardware APIs. Can activate, take, self-acknowledge, activates or deactivates the transmit self-acknowledge feature. Uh, get configuration, set configuration. Can set channel mode, activates or deactivates the takes of a CAN controller. We are going to use this today. This function can only be used with vector drivers. Okay, this is the function activates and deactivates the transmission of a CAN controller basically on a channel. So you start or stop the transmission on a channel. If you want this, it's very useful. You have the CAN channel, okay, for the first parameter. Um, the status of takes or off or on, and JTX requests, you can use it as 0. You have here an example. We'll see about this in a few minutes. Yes. What is useful here? The reset CAN resets the CAN controller after a bus off. If you create a bus off on CAN, it's very useful to use this because the controller needs to be resetted in order that the communication will start. Or resets the CAN controller for one specific CAN channel, and so on. We have the selectors message or error frame, which we can declare in our variable section. Statistics can reset statistic bus load if you want to read the bus load, error frame count or rate, um, and so on. I want to show you some more functions. So those are specific on CAN. But if you go here again in CAPL, we have a chapter test feature set. So those are functions which are more related to um, the test. Okay, tests. Here I want to show there are a lot fault injection functions, which most of them are related to CAN. We have the test disable message, so disables the sending of a message. Okay, it's useful. Disable message all takes prevents all sending of takes messages on the node. Um, test enable message and test enable message all takes. So you can disable or enable some messages, set some properties on interaction layer. Um, test is reset all fault injection. Test reset message cycle time. Resets the cycle time of the message or to the database cycle time. So if you change the cycle time, you can reset it to the default value from the database. Reset message DLC. Again, you reset it to the database. Test set message cycle. If you use this, you will be you will need to use this afterwards. set message DLC, and so on. And another function which we're going to use today, here in the con functions, is the test wait for message. Waits for occurrence of a specific message. Test waits for signal available, but this one we're going to look today. You have three forms. This is the first form you're going to use. The DB message, the name of the message from the database, and the timeout. So how much time do you want to wait for the message? Usually you need to put the cycle time of the message plus a little bit more to be able to see if the message is sent or not. Okay, so I think we can start our examples from today. We are going to create three new functions. I put here some comments so we know what to do. So the first one, we are going to create a function stop contakes to stop the con transmission. And here to start. So, yeah, let's do a new test function here. It put it down here. I will take it and put it here. And use the name from the comment. Stop contakes, okay. I will add here int channel because on our REST bus we have two channels, two con channels, so I want to be able to change the channel if I want to stop the channel 1 or channel 2. Let's put a test step here. I will copy it from here because it's more easy. Stop con we're going to say here. And here stop con transmission on con and put a number of the con channel, which should be channel, okay? And I'm going to use a function con set channel mode, okay? Con set channel, oh, sorry, acknowledge, channel mode. This will take three parameters. The first is the channel. The first is the status, the TX, 0 disabled, and again 0 for the RTX, which I don't use. And test, wait for timeout. Let's put 1 second. And this is our function, okay? Here I forgot. Okay, like this. I propose to check the functions at the end. So at least those two functions. Okay, so we stop the con transmission. Basically, this function will stop all the sending of the messages on the channel. I want to do another function exactly like this, but to start the communication on con, okay? So this will be start con, and here the only thing is I will put here 1, so the status of the text will be set to positive. So I have the stop and the start con. We're going to use them. Let's try them now. Let's create a test case here. Another test case, please. Just 1 second. I want to be here. Sorry, I created a new test group. I will delete it. Okay. Let's put the comfort. I'm going to, so here in the simulation, we have the con 1 is comfort and con 2 should be powertrain. Let's focus on the comfort in this example. So I will say test case disable comfort con. Here I'm going to take the stop function I need to put the parameter, so the channel will be 1. Stop takes on can 1. Start. Ah, okay, so let's try to use this test case. I will comment the last one because we don't need it. And yeah, let's see what happens. We can see on the trace that the can will be disabled, that all the messages will stop. Maybe this is more easy, and I will execute the test. You saw that for 1 second it was stop. Only for 1 second, because that's the timing I put here. Maybe let's put more, 5 seconds, to have time to see the result. Okay, we're going to use again the functions, but I want to double check that the messages are stopped. So I will take the debug message, and I want to create a function which checks that this message is available or not. So let's go here and create a function, check message available, to check that the message is present on bus. I will copy the signal check function because it's like this one. I will put this name here and change the parameters. So the first will be db message with a star a message, the word time. I take the parameters from the help. So in the help of the function, you can check the type of the parameters. So it's a d word time, and int, this is put from, for us, it's the state. Okay, check message here will be okay, check message available. I will do another if here. If state equals to 1. I will explain why. I don't need to wait here. If the state is 1, I want to check that the message is available. If the state will be 0 or other value, I will check that the message is not available. So this is the expected criteria. So I won't do it like this to create two functions for the start and stop. Here I will create one function for available or not available, depending on what I expect. So in this case, I expect that the message will be sent on bus. The can will be available. The text it's on. So in this case, I check the message, checks message available, and here I will put test wait for message, and here we need to put our message and our timeout time. Um, let's put here timeout, maybe. It's more accurate. And this, if it's equal to 1, this means that the message occurred in the respective timeout. In this case, we are going to have a tested pass. I'll put this code here. here I will state that the message is available. And here the message is not available. This test step failed. Okay, so if I want to check that the message is available, I just put the state 1 when I execute the function. If not, I will do here an else. I'll just copy this part and put it again here. But in this case, check message is not available. And in this case, here I need to change. Here I will put test step fail because in this case my test is failed and the test step pass will be on the last step. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, please pause the video and try to understand. You will see immediately how I use the function. Let me double check if it's okay. Message is available. Will be failed because in this case I expect it to not be available. The can will be disabled. Okay, and let's adapt our test case here. I will call this function in both test steps and put the debug message. You can check what message you want, or you can check all. I think the most appropriate test case will be to check all if you want. I want to check here that the cycle time is 200 milliseconds. So after I disable or enable, it should be enough 250, but let's put 300, okay, to be sure. I put 5 seconds, so and the state. In this case, it's stopped, so I expect that it's disabled, okay? So the third parameter is the state, okay? And I will copy the function. And in this case, it will be available on the bus. So if you execute again, we'll be able to see the disabling because it's for 5 seconds. So you can see now the timing is stopped. We don't have any message sent. Now it started for 5 seconds and we check the message. And you see that the test it's passed because in the first step the message is not available as expected, and on the second step the message is available. On this function, when you have test wait for, it's very nice that you have here resume on the event occur, resume reason. This is it will be written in the test report. You have the time, elapsed time. So the message was found on the bus after 119 milliseconds. Okay, so it's okay. I promise you that today I'm going to show you how to change the report. This is the test report viewer. Honestly, they recommend it from Vector, but I don't like it. So I prefer the HTML file because it's easy to use. So if you want to change this, you need to go in settings, go in general, and test feature set, reporting file format. Create report in test report viewer. This is by default and recommended, but I recommend to create reports in XML, HTML format. So you click here OK, and if we execute again our test case, we need to wait 10 seconds for the test to be executed. You can see now, you can see the HTML file. Of course, in this path, you will have the XML file too, if you want to parse it with a script or something to take the results from it. In my opinion, it's more easy to view like this because more easy to store. So you have the same report but in a different file format. So this is what we discussed from today, how to deactivate or activate the channel mode, the transmission of a channel, and how to check the availability of a message on Khan. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.